Let's journey back in time to the Islamic Golden Age. It was an era where cities buzzed with trade, science, and new ideas. But in this explainer, we're going to explore a different kind of wealth, one that was built on character long before it was ever built on coin. And this, right here, is the heart of our story. You see, in the bustling markets of the Muslim world, a person's word was their bond. Your integrity? That was your most valuable asset. This isn't just a history lesson. It's the story of a principle that truly shaped a civilization. So let's meet the central figure in all this. In the thriving city of Kamar, a young merchant named Yahya is just starting out. Now, he's not some famous hero from a history book, but his story is a perfect example of the timeless values that really form the foundation of Islamic ethics.
Now, what's really insightful about this is what you don't see on the list. Yahya didn't start with any advantages. No family business to take over, no powerful connections, no wealth to fall back on. He literally had nothing but a small stall in the market and a really powerful conviction.
This was his foundational promise to himself. This one sentence set the entire course for his life and for his business. It was a firm commitment to do things the right way, even if it was the harder way, the slower way. And this is where true success really begins.
To really get Yahya's mindset, you have to understand the concept of sabr. It's so much more than just patience. It's a kind of resilient perseverance. It's that inner strength to stay true to your principles, especially when those easy shortcuts look so tempting.
And that sabr, well, it's fueled by something else, niyyah, or sincere intention. In Islam, the value of what you do isn't just in the action itself, but in the why behind it. Yahya's intention wasn't just to sell things. It was to build a livelihood in a way that he knew was pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay, so with these principles as his compass, Yahya very quickly faced his first real test. This was one of those moments that could make or break his reputation before it even had a chance to get started. So, this is the situation he was in. A shipment of his main product, cloth, shows up slightly damaged. And here's the key detail. The flaw was nearly invisible. Seriously, no one would have noticed. This was the perfect opportunity to make an easy, dishonest profit.
This lays it out perfectly. The crossroads he was standing at. The easy path offered a quick reward with, seemingly no consequence. But the halal path, the path of integrity, meant taking a hit in the short term for a long-term gain that wasn't even guaranteed. So what do?
He made his choice with a simple sign. Instead of hiding the flaw, he announced it. He put transparency before profit. And people were surprised at first, then they were impressed, and then, most importantly, they became loyal. They knew right then and there that this was a man they could trust.
And this introduces us to the beautiful concept of barakah. Think of it as a divine blessing, a sort of spiritual multiplier. By being honest, Yahya might have made less money on that one sale, but he invited barakah into his business. His honesty became a blessed strategy that paid off in ways money could never measure. So that one act of honesty, it became the cornerstone for his entire enterprise. His reputation for integrity was now his #1 asset, and it allowed him to grow in a way that was both ambitious and principled. And this is a crucial point, because Islam doesn't forbid risk or ambition, not at all. What it forbids is injustice. Yahya embraced growth, but he did it fairly. He reinvested, he partnered with others in an equitable way, he shared both the risks and the rewards, and he accepted losses without playing the blame game. This is what responsible entrepreneurship looks like. And before long, this simple phrase became his guarantee. It was more valuable than any logo, more powerful than any ad campaign. In a world that was literally built on trust, his name meant everything. As the years passed, Yahya became very successful. His caravans were crossing the lands. But his philosophy on wealth was fundamentally different. For him, money was never the end goal. I mean, just look at what he built with his success. Instead of a bigger house or fancier clothes for himself, he built systems to help other people. He gave interest-free loans to new traders, made sure his workers were paid fairly, and even set up a food reserve for the whole community. He was building social infrastructure, not just a personal fortune.
This is the core principle. Wealth is a responsibility, an amana, which is a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not meant to put one person on a throne, it's a tool that's meant to lift up the entire community. Yahya understood this down to his very bones.
And now we come to the ultimate test of his success and his principles. A devastating famine hits the region. There's widespread desperation, and, for some, a golden opportunity to make a fortune.
With food becoming scarce and prices going through the roof, other merchants saw this as Yahya's big moment to cement his wealth and power. You can just imagine people asking him, "Why are you holding back? You could become the richest man in the city." His response is just incredibly powerful. He draws a clear moral line in the sand. He understands that any profit that comes from the suffering of others isn't really profit at all. It's a spiritual poison. His wealth had to serve life, not feed on its desperation.
And that right there, that is the definition of halal ambition. It's not the ambition to hoard the most wealth, it's the ambition to create the most benefit, to solve problems, to serve your community, and to do all of it through ethical or halal means. So in the end, Yahya didn't get the usual symbols of success. There were no monuments built for him, no grand titles, no poems written in his honor. His legacy wasn't carved in stone, it was written in the lives of the people he helped. His market fed them, his business gave them dignity. That was his real monument.
And this story leaves us all with a profound question for our own lives. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants you success, whatever that looks like, will it only change your life, or will you use it to change the lives of those around you? True success from this perspective isn't measured by what you gain for yourself, but by the good you do for others. It's not about becoming powerful, it's about becoming beneficial.